Hello there. I don't know if you watched the video I put up about stupidity, but I had quite a few messages and emails about it, questions and comments, and all along the lines of how on earth do people fall for this stuff? And it's an interesting question because we're all vulnerable to this, even if we don't think we are. And it doesn't just apply to conspiracy theories, and it doesn't just apply to things that are negative. So let's take an example, and I'm going to use this one because I think it's a particularly bad conspiracy theory that is massively dangerous, wildly incorrect, and totally irresponsible. You'd kind of hope that the social media companies would deal to things like this, but there you go. And this conspiracy theory is around an idea that airlines make you adopt the brace position, with your head down against the seat in front of you, because it will increase the chances of you dying in an accident, so they don't have to pay out so much money, or not as much money as they would if you were seriously injured. As I say, it's completely inaccurate, wildly wrong, no idea where it's come from, and massively irresponsible. So why on earth do people believe it or not research it further to find out? And there's three main reasons for this. One is that it's really important, isn't it? It's serious. They're talking about airlines killing people and conspiring against us. And that's the nature of a lot of these conspiracy theories. They're about things that are really important and shocking and, a huge risk to our safety or our, human rights or whatever. And that automatically attracts us, doesn't it? You automatically think, oh, and if you saw that, you'd probably think, oh, maybe I might watch that, or maybe I might explore this a little bit. And then we get into that whole social media thing because, when you show a little bit of interest in something, it directs you to things that affirm it, not necessarily things that are factually correct. Now, the second reason, and a lot of people go, no, but it is kind of true, I think, of most people, if not all of us, that if you know, whatever that means, this fact, this piece of information, and lots of other people don't know it, makes you feel kind of special, doesn't it? Kind of important, kind of superior in some ways. And we like that feeling. And I think if you're honest, you probably accept that. The third reason is, and again, it's back to social media, is that one of the things that happens in the social media algorithms is it connects you to other people who believe the same thing. And then, of course, what happens is you feel like you belong to a group, to a special group of people who have this information. And we are very drawn by a sense of belonging. We even talk about, I mentioned it, the flat earthers, and so they get this sense of identity. And people will do that. For example, they'll join gangs, even though it's not a great experience for them, and it's certainly not good for them, but they do get a sense of belonging, particularly people who are vulnerable and don't feel that they can get that sense of belonging in the normal day-to-day life that most of us lead. So that's an interesting idea because I know organizations that are, they have a real strong sense of identity. They believe that what they do is really important. They believe what they do is fantastic. They're really good at it. They're probably the best in the world at it. And people are drawn to that. So it's not necessarily a negative thing, but you can see how attracting it is. And I'd be really interested if you've had an experience where you've been drawn into something that you found out is just complete nonsense. Okay. Good to hear your thoughts.